And we're on. We're good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to D20 Air, where we roll dice before one of our internet goes out. My name is Kate. I'm the DM.
I'm Alice. I play Tam the Half-Orc Bard.
I'm Jess, and I play Nora the Human Wizard.
I'm Jules, and I play Ren the Elven Ranger.
I'm Maddie. I play Val the Tiefling Druid.
And I'm Miller. I play Augie the Human Paladin.
All right. So before we get started, I believe we just have one announcement today, which is the thumbnail, the art that we are going to be using for the thumbnail.
Oh, yes. Mickey is sadly not able to watch the stream today, but we'll probably watch it in the future. Mickey is amazing and made this incredible painting for Ren and Nora's backstory. If you want to go take a look at it, it will be linked in the description. It will also be the thumbnail for today's video. Or you can just go on Tumblr, Lord-Lunatic, and check it out yourself. Yeah, we adore Mickey, so.
Thank you.
We have 2.5 fans, and one and a half of them are Mickey. And I love it. Okay, so are we ready to get started?
Yeah.
I guess.
You?
Okay, so last we left off, the gang had recently returned to Valashi and were facing some very serious charges after a fatal, lethal encounter with 3 soldiers. Yep. Leaving 2 of the soldiers dead and 1 running, screaming away. After being promptly arrested and they were taken back to their guild hall and told that they would figure out a way to avoid any serious sentencing. And after kind of reflections have come to light of our Augie, our paladin's backstory. After spending a couple days in the guild hall, the group decided to sneak down to the festival of the new cycle, which is essentially New Year's Eve, where they were gathered in the center of the city in front of a huge stage with all the leaders of Valashi, of the city, giving this big speech. And below this big wreath covered in glass kind of ornaments, a mysterious hooded figure appeared, spouted some things and started casting and enchanting as the glass circled around and around, created a black orb that spread out and around, and then the world went black. So, for the start of this session, I would like everyone to roll a percentile die for me, please.
Oh,
So
wow,
that's
first for everything.
Is that a D100 then a D10?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Maddie, the 2 that look like this. The one with 2 letters is going to be your tens place. The one with no letters is going to be your ones place.
got it. How do...
Thank you for understanding that I only understand the dice via shapes.
Yeah.
I got you.
I got AC3.
I got 54.
Oh.
54 or 64?
54.
Okay.
I got 72.
Damn.
All right.
Jules is muted.
87.
Okay. And Maddie, what did you get?
I think I got a 13. I'm not sure.
Is it a 10?
Is it
It's
a 10 and a 3?
and then a 3, yes.
Yeah.
Good. That's really good. Wow.
The lower you are, the better it is.
Yep.
Damn it.
Well. Oh, I thought I was screwed. This is great.
Okay. Cool. All right. So,
Cool.
Each of you have an experience at precisely the same time. You are yourselves, yet you are also a collective. You are TAVRN in itself. And while you are just yourself and your soul is your own, you also feel that connection to your other party members. Your eyes flutter open to a large expanse of milky stars and creeping darkness surrounding you. There is a mix of hazy lavender hues with a smattering of stars scattered like freckles, swirling with brilliant blues and emanating from a point behind you. A color pool of milky pinks and oranges gracing the sky behind you. Around you, the black, the darkness, you realize is not black at all, but a dark blue. And as your eyes adjust even more, you see that this expanse extends for miles and miles, more distance than your brain can comprehend. Looking down, you see your body, but you feel your very essence expanding beyond that. The material you are floating in seeming to allow your very being to radiate outward. Your soul extending past the fingertips, past the toes, and stretching for miles. You take a moment now, each of you, to look out at this expanse and feel the slight reverberation of others occupying the space. Quick glance around, you see your fellow party members all floating with you, forward, or what you think could be forward. You aren't really sure, but it is certain you are moving towards some point in the distance. Take a moment to move and stretch your fingers, twitching slightly, and you feel the Sorendare trail behind you as your movement seems to cut through the space, letting your energy follow you in drifting tendrils past. Your energy at one with this universe, and this universe at one with your energy. You feel your body begin to accelerate in the direction it's been making its steady pace at, and very faintly in your vision, you just barely see a green light. Just a dot at first, and that is rapidly approaching, and the light begins to fill your vision. And you make out the details of what almost feels like a pulsing membrane that extends out like a parallel plane. It gets closer and closer to you, but your body, almost like you are being pulled by a force beyond your control towards this pellicle. Close now, you feel your body collide with the film, and you dive into a pool of water, hair flowing loosely behind you, the glowing emerald light encasing your body. And you feel it begin to harden, like a bug trapped in amber, until you are completely frozen. Yet the vibration and reverberation continues. And you see as fractures and cracks begin to appear slowly, then all at once, quickly spindling out in every direction like a cracking glacier. From these cracks, you see as tiny green follicles begin to seep in, as tiny sprouts begin to form, then stretch and swell as you find your arms and legs entwined by these now monstrously sized vines, the thorns scratching at your skin and brambles catching at your sleeve. The groaning, the creaking of this solid barrier is now palpable, and the pressure around your body is immense. And then a sudden relief as the deafening boom of this barrier shatters into a million tiny pieces. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
8. That'd be a 10.
22.
Okay.
9.
9.
9
What?
That's a 10.
and a 10. Okay. All right. Val. The first thing that you notice is the sound of crickets. Hundreds of them, the soft, subtle chirping, signifying night and rest. You feel the soft grass beneath you and a slight poking of what feels to be a small stone in your back, along your spine. You hear the gentle, soft sound of your companions sleeping beside you after your rolled to 10. After your long day travel from leaving the underbrush. Except it wasn't a long day of travel. You spent the day locked in the guild hall and you just escaped the guild and came to the festival. But at the same time, you're also still in the underbrush. And at the same time, you're still on the boat. And at the same time, you're back in your village. You feel all of a sudden as every single day you've experienced for the past 6 years amalgamate and all condense into your head at the exact same time. The memories come flooding into you simultaneously. The pain is immense in your head and you jut out of this trance almost and feel for the first time, feel the solid ground. Looking down, the grass is jutting out from cobblestone and is a brilliant pink in color. Scattered around you are glass shards in many colors. There's reds and greens and blues and yellows and oranges. And looking up, you can see the wreath now shredded and overgrown, fallen onto the stage, which is also covered in ivy. And taking a quick glance around the ground, there are hundreds of bodies. What do you do?
So we're like, essentially, I'm still standing at the square, right? That we were with the masquerade.
You were lying down on the ground, and
I just sat up. Okay. Can I look around or like make a perception check for like the rest of the party? Or are they?
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's a 20 unnatural.
20 unnatural. Looking down around you, you can see your friends lying there around as well. And I'll say with a 20, as you look around, you also see behind you that the sea looks violent, with waves crashing hard against the docks, rocking the ships, causing them to groan and creak with each passing wave. And looking around as well, it appears as though, with a 20 as well, you see that some of these bodies all of these bodies actually are rising and falling slightly. They're all not dead, but it seems as though everyone is asleep or in some kind of trance-like state.
And you said the grass was pink?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting. Who's closest to me in the group of the...
I would probably say that Ren would be closest to you.
Okay. I'm gonna I guess not stand up, but almost get up completely, I guess, and
Okay.
kind of lean
Your
over.
body is a little shaky. It feels like you haven't stood up in a while.
And I'm gonna kind of go over to Ren and almost not violently, almost like a little kid trying to wake their mom up in the middle of the night, very gently, try to wake up Ren.
Okay. Ren, you feel a kind of tugging and pushing against your arm as you look up and you see your companion Val subtly pushing you awake. And I will say at this point, the memories of the past 2 years as well come flooding into you. There's this intense, heavy pressure for a moment, and then it's gone.
I see everything that Val sees.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck just happened?
I don't know. They're not dead though. Everybody here isn't dead. They're still breathing. I don't know how to wake them up. I'm surprised I was even able to wake you up.
How did you do it?
I don't know how I got up. I just woke up and then I felt this pain in my head, all of my life kind of just hit me at once, and then I'm awake.
How did you wake me though?
I shook you softly.
Okay, Ren goes over and shakes Nora.
Okay. I will say at this point, while Val is talking, given that you have a very passive perception, you notice that a few of the other bodies in the distance begin to stir as well. And as they sit up, you see pointed ears and tall people. You notice that half elven and elven people are beginning to stir. They seem to be the first ones awake.
Is Nora
you
waking
go to
up
wake
when
Nora?
I shake her? Yeah.
Nora, you yourself I also end up waking a little bit. Same experience. The pain. What'd you roll? Yeah, the pain is very intense for a moment, and you yourself, you find almost as though you feel for that moment that you can't breathe, and when you wake up, you feel your lungs fill with air almost after they were not able to have air for a very long time, it felt like. But yes, now you're awake.
Do we remember the rainbow space incident and all the weird kraken and the thorns and shit?
Nora, you rolled a 10, and Val rolled a 10. Ren, you rolled a 9.
Mm-hmm.
You do not remember that.
Okay. Interesting.
But Nora and Val, you have a vague memory of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna wake up Augie, or try to wake up Augie.
I'm gonna do the same
Val.
with Tam.
Yeah.
No problem, are able to wake up Augie. Augie, the memories are not quite as intense or extreme, but you still get the almost psychological damage of that as it floods your head and wake up. And you rolled a 22. You remember everything.
Sorry.
What was that?
We were knocked out for a while. I don't know how. Are you all right?
I mean, I think so, but did you what did you see when you were knocked out?
I don't know. I don't really remember. Nothing much.
Okay.
Why? What did you see?
A lot of things. At first, there was these stars, and then these colors were pulling us, and then we dove into some water, and then it hardened, and it.
Do I see the figure from before?
Make a perception check.
18.
18. Out of the corner of your eye, you look over at the stage and there's no one there, but out of the corner of your eye, you spot a figure in blue and teal leather armor with light green shoulder and elbow pads and a long sword with a glowing orange stone in it, grasped in both hands, looking around. And almost serendipitously, as you notice this figure, they seem to notice you. And the figure starts running, making quick work towards you and your group. And the figure has a purple headscarf wrapped around a clay mask with no defining facial features other than these bright, glowing orange eye sockets. And their purple cloak trails behind. And with an 18 DC, there appear to be shadowy floating globules behind them as they run, kind of as they float towards you. They're running about, I'd say, 100 feet from you at this point, and they start to jump over bodies, kind of looking around wildly, but focused and making their way towards you.
Do I see this?
Yeah, do we see this?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna get my shield.
Should we maybe run? What the?
Is Tam awake? Question mark.
Yeah.
I think I'm awake. I'm awake.
No, none
wait,
of
I'm
you
not?
have gotten to wake up Tam yet.
Oh, Val tried.
I think Val tried.
Oh, you did?
I did. I tried to wake up Tam. Yeah.
Oh.
At the same time, Ren went to wake up Augie.
Yes.
I'm just having a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tam's just taking a nap.
Tam's just chilling on the ground. No, so the figure is running towards you 50 feet.
Towards us.
Yes.
I'd say.
Running. Maybe running would be good.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go with
Let's
Ren.
run. All right, let's run.
Okay, is he at 30 feet yet?
At least away from all the people on the ground.
It's yes. They're 30 feet rapidly approaching.
I'm gonna start to run, but I'm gonna throw a charm person at him, at the creature.
Okay.
I'm a run.
Is that a wisdom saving throw?
That's a wisdom save of 16. Has to be 16.
Natural 20. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Shit.
I'm gonna cast Hold Person on him.
Okay. Well, before you do that, as you cast Charm Person, you see as the figure, not slowing down, rips the mask off, and underneath you see a flush, round face with red kind of glasses indentation around the bridge of the nose and a smattering of freckles, similar to the stars that you recall from earlier dream, maybe not a dream, you don't know, just that vague memory of being in that surrounded area. And they have a red, kind of reddish brownish mottled pixie cut and a shaved side with a swirling pattern carved into it. This you recognize is Carly, Ansla's cousin. And she comes up and without even slowing down says, "What the fuck did you do? Right, we have to get out of here. I don't know how far behind they are behind me, and continues running past you.
Okay. I'm gonna run, but I'm gonna look behind and like, is there anyone else in pursuit?
Make a perception check.
Can I do the same?
A natural 20, so that's
Oh shit!
Okay,
20. Oh yeah, it's 20.
out of so behind as you see behind you now, the city is in utter ruins. There are vines and trees jutting out of buildings and growing along walls, almost in a violently overgrown manner. There are tree roots snaking along pathways, almost in a frozen dance, weaving over and under each other to create this kind of Gordian knot-like structure along the cobblestone paths. The brown and limestone have eroded away, and this thick green moss covers many of the buildings and the sides, creating a stunning colored contrast of pinks and greens and purples. Above, the sky is aglow and smattered with stars, with the moon in her orb, gigantic, larger than you have ever seen it before, hanging smack dab in the middle of the sky. And as the moon reflects downward, you see a flash of movement of almost what looks like thorned, scaled kind of creature. And you hear this subtle clicking as you see what looks like these spiked tendrilled, like almost insect creatures make their way forth and kind of and begin to crawl towards Carly, and you see it disappears for a second, reappears closer than before, almost appearing to step along the way.
Booking it.
It's about
We're running.
For the sake of this, I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please. I got a 9.
So bad today.
It's gonna be 11.
19.
Okay, wait. So Nora, you got a 19.
Yeah.
Okay, so 20 to 15? 19, you said?
20. Unnatural.
Maddie, what did you get? Ooh, oh. Okay, 15 to 10.
I got a 10.
10. Okay.
Oh, I got 11.
Okay, Augie got an 11. Tam, you got a 10. 10 to 5?
8.
8. Okay.
Do I see Maroth? Is Maroth with us? I left
Where's that dog?
at the guild.
Where's that dog?
Unless he followed us.
I got PB and J.
Okay.
We're good.
I left the guild.
With your passive perception, you do notice a small shadowy kind of figure tucked by one of the sides.
Okay. Can we see Mimi in the bodies?
Yeah, shit, Mimi.
Actually, no.
Oh.
I knew it. Mimi's a big fan. I knew it.
Yes, you figured it out. Oh no. Okay. So first up is Val. What are you doing? You see as these two kind of insects, they're relatively small but still terrifying, begin to crawl towards you.
Hold on. Can I cast like as I'm running, can I like turn and try to like cast frostbite at them?
Okay, go for it.
That's a hot 13.
13 does not hit. So you go and you
keep on running.
Okay. You keep running and you turn around quickly and try and do that, but your fear overtakes you at the horrifying sights of these creatures and you just keep running. Okay. Nora, it's now your turn.
I'm gonna run and I'm gonna cast Magic Missile and send. Is there only 2 creatures?
Yeah. I mean, you can make a perception check for your as like a bonus. It'd be a bonus action.
Okay. That's an 8.
8. Looks like there are only 2.
Okay, I'm gonna send 2 of the missiles at one and 1 of them at the other.
Okay. Go for it. Roll for. You don't need to roll for those to hit, so just roll for damage, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
And I'm guessing you all are using your full movement to run away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 2 4s and a 2. So I'm going to do a 4 and a 2 at one, and then so it was a 4 and a 2 at one, and then a 4 on the other one.
Okay. And then 4 the other.
Yeah. For some reason, my hit points have just like reset to 11. So bear with me.
You guys had a long rest, so you should be at full.
Yeah, I know. It's the same. My max is 11, so I'm just thinking.
Oh. I mean, all right.
I think D&D Beyond just did an oopsie.
Okay. All right. And is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. It is now the Meanlock's turn.
The Meanlock.
The what?
Meanlock.
Meanlock.
Oh, I'm also moving
Meanlock.
like max distance.
Yes, I got that. Okay, so you all watch as it crawls forth and just appears right in front of you and is going to try and make a claw strike against Nora because you just rolled to attack it. That's gonna be 16 to hit. 16 to hit. 16.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh no.
So you take
16.
8 points of slashing damage from the, and you made it 16.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you take 8 points of slashing damage as this creature. It has kind of like claws and kind of reaches out and pinches and catches your arm on the side, and you get a nice big gash in there, but it keeps going. The other one is going to attempt to claw at you, Nora, as well. Sorry. And that's a natural 20.
Oh no.
Oh my god. 3, so 6. That's another 8 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw for me.
That's a 10?
A 10? At that point, you feel your bones begin to lock up and stay in place. You are now paralyzed.
Oh no! Wait, I have a spell for that. I have a spell for that.
Okay.
Okay. Just get me over
Augie,
there.
it's now your Augie. It's
Cool.
your turn.
Bolt into Nora. I am going to cast Lesser Restoration at 2nd level.
Okay. So right as you feel the paralysis beginning to seep in through the body, like beginning to overtake you with the poison, you feel a warming, almost hot to the touch hand on your shoulder as Augie casts Lesser Restoration on you, and you begin to feel your body be able to move again.
So if I'm using a weapon during the fight, it says I have 2 attacks per.
You cast a spell, so that was your action.
Cool.
Do I get 8 hit points back with this restoration?
I don't believe so. It just
that's fine. As long as I'm not paralyzed.
So and then I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on Nora.
Is that a bonus action?
Yes.
I'll allow it. It's a tough fight. I'll allow it.
Okay.
No.
And I'm just gonna be standing in front of Nora with shield and sword.
You're standing?
Well, we're running.
We're running? Okay, cool. I'm just gonna be behind Nora, kind of like with the shield and sword then.
Okay.
Kind of blocking.
Sam, it is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern in front of the 2 creatures.
Okay.
So they have to make a Wisdom saving throw of 16, or they are incapacitated and look at the pretty lights.
That is a 16. That's a 16 exactly with a 0, so a 16 and a 16.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Okay, cool.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, they both rolled exactly 6. Their wisdom is 0. I made 16 straight roll.
That's fine. Okay, I'm going to.
I'm rolling really well today.
It's okay, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to inspire Ren.
Okay.
And I'll just say, I hate spiders. I hate spiders. I hate spiders. I hate spiders. Or are they spiders? I mean insects. And then just hope. I mean, it's not very inspiring, but.
You know what? We'll take it. I think that's a D6, correct?
It's a D8 now.
Ooh. All right. Okay. Ren, it is, and I'm assuming that you're using your full 30 feet to move.
Yes, please.
Okay. Ren, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna call Maroth to me.
Okay.
I don't think that's an action anymore.
No, but can you make an animal handling check just to see if he wakes up?
Oh shit! Oh boy! Oh, it's not very good. It's 14.
That's enough. So you see as he begins to stir.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to.
That's a free.
Cool. How many are there? There's 2. How many?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want, you can use like your action or bonus action to make a perception check.
If we've been fighting 2, then I'll just focus on those 2 for now, hopefully. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on whichever one has taken less damage.
Okay. That would be the second one. There's very subtle differences between the 2. One of them has a little bit more thorns, and one of them kind of has almost like spiky tendrils appearing from the back of its head. So you cast on the second one that has the tendrils.
Yes. Okay, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and...
Wait, did you say more hit points or less hit points?
Whichever one has taken less damage.
Okay, this tendrils one has taken less.
Then I'm gonna shoot him twice.
Okay, roll for attack.
Oh my god. Got a 6 and a 2. I'm gonna
no.
Should I bother with inspiration?
It lasts for 10 minutes.
With a D8, you know that a 13 AC did not hit.
I'm just not gonna bother with inspiration for this one. I'm just gonna.
Okay, you keep it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I totally just realized.
No.
Can I get Augie, Tam, and Ren to make wisdom saving throws for me, please?
Jesus.
Totally. So sorry.
Oh, totally.
Because you started
bad today.
That's a 2 minus 1, so that's a 1.
Okay.
Oh, no.
6.
I got
a 15.
Okay. Ren and Tam, you look back and it almost is like, you know what? I'm gonna make this personal for both of you. Tam,
No, fuck. Okay.
in your head, you begin to hear whispers, begin to hear crying, and you hear coughing. And you recognize this sound. And you are now, and Ren, at the same time, in your head, you hear echoings of screaming animals and cages rattling. Both of you are now frightened of these Moonlocks, which means that you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and you cannot willingly get closer.
Oh my god, okay. Okay.
Cool. Sorry, I forgot.
It's okay.
That. So sorry. Thanks, guys. Augie, you're fine. You hear this whispering, but you're running too fast, and you don't. Yeah. And that's just until the start of the Meanlock's next turn. So you guys are just right until then. Okay. Val, it's now your turn. Top of the round. Oh, yeah. Top of the round.
Okay. I am still running.
Okay.
I ain't stopping. Is Carly still running with us? Is she
Yes.
she's still ahead of us?
She is ahead of you guys by about 30 feet.
Got it.
And she is holding her turn.
That's cool. That's fine. Can I just ice knife at it?
Yeah?
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Okay. That does not hit. So you out of the air, you conjure this knife and you throw it, and it just goes wide again, not able to hit. They're relatively small, which yes.
With Ice Knife, whether it hits or misses, there's cold damage, I think.
Beautiful.
Right? There's something?
On a hit or miss, the shard then explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 of cold damage.
Ooh, okay. So what is the what's your spell save DC?
Spell save.
Dex?
If that's dexed.
Okay. So that is a 19 and an 8. So I think one of them gets that damage.
Yeah.
And that would be the second one.
Yes. I'm trying to use D&D Beyond for the first time, and my brain is not handling it very well.
2d6 of damage, right?
Oh, the spell save DC is 13.
Okay. So yes, one of them makes it, one of them does not. So go ahead and roll that cold damage.
D6. Where's my D6? Where's my D6? Oh, there it is. Wait, I rolled 2 D6s. Hold on. That's a 5, 6, 9.
9. Nice. Okay, good job. Nora, it's now your turn.
I'm gonna continue booking it, and I'm gonna take my hand and wipe where I've been slashed, and get blood on my hand and smear it across my chest and cast Force Light.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
Now that's just 5 points of temporary stuff. So
Every point helps.
It's something.
yeah.
There you go. Good. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, just use my full movement.
Okay.
To run. Can't use dash because that's an action, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's fine.
Okay. It's now the Meanlock's turn, so they are going to, let's see. Actually, because Carly's ahead, they're gonna go up and to make 2 attacks at Carly. That is natural 20.
Oh,
And
shit.
7. So a natural 20. Okay. So that's 8. That's 10 points of slashing damage to Carly. And she just makes her Constitution saving throw, so she does not freeze up. So, but I forgot to. Oh, that didn't hit. Okay, cool. So that is going to be their turn. Augie, it's now your turn.
How far away are they?
Actually, wait. I'm so sorry. Actually, it's going to be Carly's turn because she's right there and she was holding her action. So she's going to swing, and that is a 16 plus 7, so that's a 25. That's a 23. Yeah, 23 to hit. That definitely hits. With both of her, she's going to take it and swing for 14 points of damage. Whew, which is good. One of them is looking really, really rough now, and you hear the clicking begin to get a little bit more wet and slimy and kind of even more guttural. It's like from one of them. Okay. And she's gonna, and she is not frightened because she rolled a natural 20 on her wisdom save.
Hell yes, Carly.
She's doing great. She's a brave little girl. She's like 4'6", so she's doing great. Okay, Augie, it is now your turn.
How far away are they from me?
I'd say about 20 feet from you, so you don't have to make a wisdom save. But yeah.
So I obviously couldn't attack them.
You could if you ran the 20 feet.
Augie's gonna run the 20 feet.
Okay.
And strike twice using Divine Smite.
Okay, go for it.
Are they undead? Because if they are, I get an extra 1d8.
They are not undead. Good check.
No. That's gonna be a 3.
A 3. Okay, so on the first attack, you said attack twice, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I get to. That's a 3 again.
Even though you aren't frightened of it, there's still something. Actually, you get close enough that you look in their eyes, and what scares you, it doesn't frighten you, but what horrifies you is that it looks as though they almost have these piercing human-like eyes, and you just swing wide. All right, Tam, it's now your turn.
Okay, I'm not frightened anymore, am I?
No, because they had their turn.
Okay. Who's in melee with them? Who's close to them?
Carly and Augie.
Okay. Can I get to a point where I can get these guys in a 15-foot cube but not get the other two?
In a 15-foot
if
cube.
I drop back?
You guys are kind of all running at the same point. So if you guys are running in kind of like a line, I would allow you to do a free action to say, sure, yeah, you can get him in a 15-foot cone. Sure.
Okay, sick. Thank you. I'm gonna do Thunder Wave at 2nd level, so they have to make a Constitution 16 saving throw.
That's a 8 and a 19. So one of them saves.
Okay. So
the second one saves. The first one doesn't.
Okay, thank you. So that's 7 plus 5. That's 12 points of damage to one, and then 6 points of damage to the other.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Okay. Nice.
For both of them?
Okay.
No, just one.
Oh, just one. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna.
That's the second one that you have Hunter's Mark on. So just a heads up, Ren, for bonus action if you'd like to move. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw my hands out and concentrate and visualize just like him exploding.
So hearing the coughing and the screaming and the crying still echoing and reverberating in your head, you take a moment and you concentrate and you push it back at them, and the Meanlock itself begins and just collapses on the ground, kind of tripping over itself a few times until it lands and slides in the dirt, which is now covered in hot pink grass. All right.
Oh, sorry. For bonus action, I was gonna heal Nora.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. I'm so sorry. 1d4 plus 5. That's real bad. That is 6 points of healing. What are you, Nora?
Okay, Ren, it is now your turn. What are you doing?
Okay, so for my bonus action, I'm going to move my Hunter's Mark to the one that's still up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot it twice with my bolt.
Okay, go for it.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to go ahead and use my inspiration to try and hit. One of them is a 3. One of them is a 13. So I'm going to use my inspiration with the 13.
13.
So that'll be 19.
19 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
The first one you shoot wide. At this point, you guys are past most of the bodies and are in now weaving between alleyways, going back and forth, desperately kind of making your way back towards where the guild hall was or is. Kind of as you're running past buildings that are as well covered in vines and ivy.
So that was 12 points of damage?
12 points of damage. Oh, nice. It sinks in to its neck, but it's still going.
Okay. Guess my turn.
Okay. Top of the round. Can I get everyone to make a perception check, please?
Yeah, totally.
Are we in the woods?
You are not in the woods. No, you're in the city.
Okay.
Natural
Although
one.
there are trees.
Natural.
But
yes.
Yeah.
No.
5.
Dumb Irishmen see shit all.
Well, you think I see a lot of pink grass, that's all.
7. 17, sorry, not 7. 17.
17.
21.
21. Okay. Ren and Val, you even though you're running and you're breathing really hard, you hear more chittering coming from above you, and you see in front of you that there is a shadow as you run ahead until another Meanlock lands down and another one lands on top of it, kind of, and now they're stacked together, kind of.
So there's 2 more?
There's 2 more. So now you've got 3.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. So Val, it's now your turn.
So these 2 that just landed, like how far away are they?
I'd say they're about 20 feet in front of you.
Okay. Val is gonna run up and attempt to just like swipe them with her scimitar.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Come on.
I think you only get 1 attack. Is that correct?
Yeah, because it's just I don't have 2. I just have 1.
Okay.
I'm not dual wielding. That's a 14.
14 does not hit. So you go and you swipe and you realize that just even you feel, yeah, you go and swipe and it just seems to go just a little too far wide. And you feel, oof, you feel a slight pulsing as the red begins to just take over the corner of your vision. Not upset and not raging, because you're not raging, but you just get that slight pulse of just anger and just, you missed. Okay. Nora, it's your turn.
Am I past the thingies? Because I was like at the front of the group running.
I'll say actually, I would say that they landed like literally right in front of you. So I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Oh, Jesus.
Great.
That's
It landed like right. They've landed right in front of the group.
That's a 9.
A 9. So you see this and you and back away, kind of almost back away and reach up. In the reverberations of almost being trampled on by these send you flying backwards against the wall, clutching it and frightened. You can still cast a spell. You can still have an action and a bonus action. You just can't move any closer towards them.
Okay.
And you have to move as far away from them as you can.
Okay. Can I cast Magic Missile at 2nd level?
Ooh, yes.
And send 2 at each?
Yes, you can.
Okay. That's 3 and 4 at 1. And 3 and 5 at another.
Okay. And these are the 2 new ones you're doing this at?
Yeah.
So a 2 and a 4 and a 3 and a 5?
3 and 4 and 3 and
3
5.
and 4. Okay. And that's
So.
okay, nice.
And then
so
8.
yeah, so you actually notice that as they hit, the magic itself tends to send up little sparks, and at that they seem to shudder and fizz for a second, just kind of tense.
Set them on fire.
Do it.
Okay. Next is going to be the Mox. So they're going to, they see Carly, who's the smallest of you all, is going to attack. That's a 7, so that doesn't hit. And a 17, which does hit. And so 6, 10. So she takes 8 slashing damage. And you watch as Carly in front of you kind of shouting back and is like, be careful of the, as she freezes up, failing her constitution save. Oh, and there's one more actually, which is gonna attack. Let's see. Ren shot at them, so yeah, you did some damage. That is a 21 to hit.
It's
Okay. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, and you take 8 points of slashing damage. I keep rolling 8. 15? You're fine.
Okay.
So you take 8 points of slashing damage, and you feel the poison begin to pulsate, but for some reason, it doesn't seem to affect you for whatever reason. Okay. Augie, it's now your turn.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. Attack them with my sword and use Divine Smite.
Okay, go for it.
So, roll 2 attacks. The
Which
first
ones are you
attack,
attacking?
whichever ones aren't as hurt.
Okay, so that would be the 2 new ones.
Mm-hmm. The first attack is going to be a 17 to hit,
17 hits.
and also 17 to hit.
17
So,
both hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool.
And again, aren't undead, but still good.
Mhm.
Every hit counts.
Yes. All right. First attack is going to be 13, 18 points of damage.
Ooh, okay.
We love Divine
Nice.
Smite.
We love Divine Smite. We love that for you.
We do. All right. Second attack is going to be 17 points.
Nice. Okay. So you all watch as.
Oh, wait. I forgot to add +4 to each of them. So
Okay.
that's going to be 22 points, and then the other one's 21 points.
Good.
Okay. So you all watch as little Augie, who usually cowers and doesn't attack. You watch as there's almost this ferocity in his eyes as he buckles down, seeing the fear that is causing these people and his friends. And Augie, as you begin to hear soft chuckling, deep, dark chuckling in your head, beheading one, and seriously hurting the other. They look very seriously hurt. All right. Okay. Tam, it's now your turn. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Sick.
Which I forgot to
5.
do for Augie, but I'm not going to retcon that because that was sick. 5. You
Yeah.
are frightened till they're.
I'm real bad at these.
So you go and you join Nora back
Okay.
against the wall.
I'm gonna try and push through it anyway, and attack the one that just was attacking Ren, or is he dead, or is that one dead?
No, it's still good. So make this attack at disadvantage because you were frightened.
Can I inspire myself before I do it?
I don't believe so.
Oh no, I can't. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
you're right. That's a different thing. That's fine. Okay. Oh.
If you were more self-centered, maybe, but
Yeah, valid. Okay. Oh man, that's real bad. I don't think it hits. It's like a 10.
yeah, nope, doesn't hit.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay. All right, Ren, it's now your turn. The one that was on top of this stack has now slothed over, and two are aggressively clicking at each other. Just
Okay. I'm not going to run into their range for the wisdom throw. I'm going to stay back. But one of them still has Hunter's Mark on it, right?
yes.
Okay.
Do you move it? Yes.
It's the one I damaged, but I don't think it's taken damage since then. Okay, I'll take a shot at each of them, I think.
Okay. Go for it.
What's my plus? Sorry, I'm doing some maths. 18 for one.
That does hit.
And 10 for the other.
So the first one hits. The second one.
Okay, the first one was the one with Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
11.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
I'll pin it to a tree.
Okay. So at this point, you guys are rounding around and about to head into an alley, and you watch as it begins to lean back and goes and tries to leap and attack, and you just, and it actually goes up and pins itself to a branch jutting out of a second-story window. Just kind of stands there and then just goes limp.
Okay.
The other one's still kicking.
super quick, do I see Moroth? Is Moroth approaching?
Yes, he's behind you, about 30 feet back.
Okay, cool. That's my turn.
Running with you. Okay. Val, it's now your turn.
Okay. So, how many are left?
One.
There's just one left. And is it in front of us or is it behind us?
You're probably gonna pass it
Okay.
on its way, but it doesn't have any reactions. So
Okay. I am going to. No, stop crying. Not right now. I am going to cast Flame Blade and try to hit it.
okay. Do I have to roll for that, or do you? I think it's just a thank you roll, actually.
Yeah, it's a melee spell attack. So
yes. So go ahead and roll.
no, that's a 8.
Yeah, no. So,
but does cast light.
Good to know, actually. So you from your hand, it almost as though you almost dual wielding in a sense. You pull out this blade and just this curved looking scimitar, very similar to your other side, appears in your hand, and you swipe and it goes wide, but you see as it sent it away from the light. All right, Nora, it's now your turn.
Do I have to move away from it before I cast anything because I'm frightened, or am I not?
No, I would say that you're good. I would no, actually. Oh yes, because it had its turn right after you, so you're no longer frightened. No.
Okay. Can I? Is there anything nearby me that's flammable?
You can make a perception check. Is probably your bonus action, I'd say.
Okay. 17.
17
or 19.
19. There's lots of branches and vines and brambles sticking out of this. There's a lot of nature that is, perhaps that's pretty flammable around.
Can I grab a branch and prestidigitate it so that it sets a light?
Okay.
So can I get as close to the thing as I can and just swipe at it?
Okay. Roll to attack.
Without flaming branch. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
That's do I add anything to my attack?
I would say no, because you're not proficient in flaming branches.
It's an 18.
Yet.
18 still hits. Go ahead and roll a d6 fire damage.
That's a 5.
5. Nice. Okay, so you go and swipe at it, and it takes it and it singes where it is, and it's actually on fire itself. Doesn't seem to affect it any more than any other damage has been.
Okay.
But still takes 5 points of damage. All right, it's now the Meanlock's turn, and it's looking around, seeing it's. Well, first off, actually make a wisdom saving throw, Nora. Oh wait, no. I'm sorry, because it's their turn. Because no, never mind. You're good. It is going to. First off, the fire slowly dies down on its hard protective shell, and it is going to run away. So you watch as. Do you still have it? This is dim light, yeah. So you watch as it disappears into a shadow and reappears behind you about 30 feet and begins to run the rest of the way that way, off into the distance. Yes, avoiding by its shadow teleport, it avoids any attack of opportunity and now is running away. Augie, it's your turn.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna normal attack one of them who isn't looking too good.
There's only one left that's currently
Cool.
running.
How's he looking?
Looking pretty bad.
Cool. I'm just gonna attack him.
Okay.
No,
Do you
that's a
run
9.
Okay. So you run after him. Do you have 2 attacks?
Oh, I do. You're right. You're right. That's gonna be 13.
13 doesn't hit. So you swipe big, and it's smaller. It's so imposing, but it's small. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's your turn. Any okay. Tam, it's now your turn.
Okay, how far am I away from the one remaining?
I'd say about it teleported 30 feet, and then it's another 30 feet. So actually, Augie, you wouldn't have been even able to reach it. So it's okay. You go and swing wide, and you realize that it's 30 feet beyond where you were. So, yeah, it's about 60 feet away.
Okay. I'm gonna forget that and just like, can I use my action to like examine the carcass and to see like what's going on there and like what kind of creature it is?
Go for it. Yeah. I'd say make a nature check.
Okay. That's
Or
a 50.
make an arcana check, actually.
Okay,
you
that
can
is
use the same roll, but just
15.
15. Okay. Looking at it carefully, you get the sense that the fear and kind of percolation of that noise that was happening earlier was a result of this thing, like in some way, as well as the clicks and the sounds. Looking at it itself, you see what I told Augie before. You look at it, the eyes are still open, and you see startlingly almost human pupils and the whites of a thing, not at all what you'd expect from an insect-looking thing.
Okay.
Vaguely hunched over, rather small. It looks rather defenseless, and now that you're looking at it, you get the feeling that it has some use of shadow teleportation, which is how it was able to do that. And with a 15, you gather that because of that effect of shadow, it has some light sensitivity.
Okay.
And has issues in broad and bright light and prefers the darkness and dim light.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I'm going to do, and then I'll just like push it away and stand back up.
If you want, you can try and harvest something. I don't know if you'd...
Yeah, maybe like oh my god, it's maybe? Can I just like, no, I don't want to do that. No, it's fine. I'll just like, has it got scales or something?
Yeah, it looks relatively scaly. It actually, it's got really tough skin, almost like bark of a tree.
Yeah, cool. I'll take some of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a medicine check. Actually, since we're still in combat, Ren, are you doing anything? It's about 60 feet away currently.
I'm gonna shoot it twice.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna move Hunter's Mark to that one, and then I'm gonna shoot it twice.
Nice. All right, go for it.
So that's a 25 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
And then an 11.
25 hits. So go ahead and roll.
10 damage.
How do you want to do this? You have 1 hit point.
Pin it to the ground, I guess. Let's just keep pinning into things.
Okay, so you take a second, kind of like Buddy from Elf. You kind of take a second, shoot an arrow up into the sky, and it sticks into the ground. Almost dark purple, blackish green, kind of ooze pools out and covers the hot pink grass underneath.
Are we out of combat then?
Yes, you are now out of combat. Carly comes over, kind of clutching her side. Actually, no, she doesn't. She is frozen. Okay. So you're attempting to harvest the eye?
Yeah, I rolled a natural 1 though, so.
You try, and
Oh my god.
you realize in a second what you're doing, and you kind of and it starts to swish and freaks you out, and it just
No. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Can Ren go over to where Tam is and look at the thing as well?
Go for it.
Does he recognize it?
Make an Arcana check. Yeah.
He does not recognize it. Yeah,
for a
no.
second, you think that it. What did you roll?
2 plus whatever. Probably.
Yeah, for
1.
a second, you think that it looks like maybe something that was in a cage from near where your mom's shop, like workspace, and then you realize that you were just thinking of like a prey mantis that she had enlarged, and you just realized it's not it.
Yeah.
Augie, did you help?
Oh, yeah. I'll go over to Carly and cast Lesser Restoration.
Ren, this is
Okay.
This is Carly.
She kind of. Thanks.
We met Carly in the Feywild when we were looking for the flower.
Hello.
Hi. So, would you all explain to me what you're doing here? I came out of my house. I woke up.
Are we in the Feywild right now?
Oh shit.
As far as I know.
Okay.
No, but we're in Valashi.
Yeah, so I think I'm wondering if this has something to do with that lake that appeared. I wonder if dimensions are starting to overlap.
Lake? What?
I think Valashi has somehow meshed with the Feywild. It's probably that thing that happened right before we all fell asleep.
But why? Who was that guy, and why would he do that?
I don't know. I wonder if this is what Moon Lady was warning us about.
You're talking about? No, the Feywild's the Feywild. The prime material plane is the prime material.
Clearly it's not. Did you notice the entire city that we just ran through?
It could
think.
Weirder things have happened.
Have they?
Hey, is the moon still really big?
Make a perception check.
13.
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly high DC. Looking up, it's bright. It's larger than you've ever seen it. Smack dab in the center of the sky, almost like looking up, and it seems to be following you, just of how bright and big it is. But let me clarify, it's not actually following you, but it's just right smack dab in the middle of the sky, and it's illuminating it. Given just basic, like, being in the middle of the sky is usually around the middle of the night, yet as dark as it should be, it is almost light outside. It's very dim, nearing actual day bright by how large and expansive this moon is.
Where we are now, do I recognize either the area of Valashi we're in, or either somewhere from the Feywild? Do I recognize our surroundings at all?
Can I also check that?
Yes, make wisdom checks. Just wisdom.
On intelligence?
No, wisdom.
Natural 20.
Yeah, I got 19, so 22.
Nice
Okay.
job, guys. I got it. Wow.
Okay, so looking around, this seems like a place in Valashi, but you don't recall this place in the Feywilds. This isn't necessarily a place. It looks perhaps like a forest of some sort. The grass is jarring, and it is similar to something that you've seen in the Feywild, but in terms of like a particular location, no. Carly's still clutching her side, kind of takes a moment and goes, no, no, I'm not allowed in the prime material plane. If this were, this has to be the Feywild.
Well, at the very least, Valashi has been transported here. I don't know how.
That's not possible.
How do you explain this? Also, would someone heal?
Yeah, does anyone have healing for her? She's bleeding like a lot.
I do. Oh, sorry. Oggy can.
We have, yes.
I have one that won't expel a spell slot. So I will give her 10 points of healing.
Wow, thank you. You watch as the blue teal kind of leather armor she has, while soaked, seems to stop gushing as much, and the trails of blood that are being undone kind of stop, and she goes, oh, thank you. Where's my where am I? And at this point you see as the small shadowy what you recognize as flumps begin to floom, 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 floom up to her, and she kind of reaches up and scratches one, and she goes, hey guys.
What are those? Have we seen them before?
Yeah.
They were there with her the last time. She goes,
okay.
These are my pets. These are
okay.
Flumph and Flumph. I'm not very creative with names. And you see they kind of like almost like spectral jellyfish with these kind of permanently confused and dazed looks, kind of a little cross-eyed, and just kind of in a small mouth, kind of just.
They're like little Ghibli, very Ghibli vibes. Speaking of pets, I'm gonna look around for Meroth. Is Meroth caught up?
Yes. He's kind of there in the shadow. Actually, he's currently looking down at one of the Meanlock and is just staring intently at it, almost sizing it up, almost like he sees something. Kind of.
Val, would you mind speaking with my friend here and asking him what he sees? He seems to be regarding the bug thing rather intensely. Is that possible?
She goes over to Meroth with her staff, and she's just, I'm gonna use, I think it's speak with animals.
Yeah, mine's gonna go over and pet his ear.
He accepts the pet, but he accepts it, but doesn't seem to acknowledge it. He just kind of is staring.
What are you looking at, Meroth?
Smells elvish.
Elvish.
Smells elvish.
Do you recognize anything else?
I don't know. Just Smells weird. Like elvish, but fermented and sour. I don't like it.
Okay. I'm gonna relay this to the rest of the group.
But guys, they had human eyes. Like, elvish? Do you think it's?
Did we just kill several people again?
My God, not again.
Can Ren look like real close and just see, because he's familiar with the concept of mixing creatures. Can he tell if that's what's been done here? Could be like a wisdom check or something.
I'll say make. There's no such thing as like a science check. I would say make a nature check with advantage. I'll give you advantage on this.
Okay. 17.
So, although you don't recognize the creature itself, you do see, given your knowledge of your mother's work, it doesn't look anything like her craftsmanship. This is much more refined and natural. It almost looks as though there has been a corruption of the soul of the body that has turned to this physical manifestation, perhaps by true darkness or fear of a soul once good. And you notice now the elvish traits. You notice slight pointed ears that leak back into the tendril-like things and curves, and it looks very naturally made. There is no way that this was created by any living soul, but it looks as though it wasn't naturally born as this thing.
Oh, so these things, I think, just looking at them, used to be elves.
Okay.
It's not anything like what my mother did. It wasn't done by someone, but they've been corrupted somehow.
They're mean lock.
Mean lock?
This is Carly at this point. I'm kind of still kind of clutching her side, but in sort of more of a comfort way now, kind of scratching as things that heal kind of fast tend to get a little itchy. She's kind of scratching. She goes, yeah, they're mean lock. They're when elves or Eldrin get lost, they get fear. Meanlock tend to find them and paralyze and take them and turn you into one of them. Mostly Eldrin, but they'll take anything with a soul and capability of fear.
So these things were beyond saving, right?
If they were able to be saved, I haven't seen it.
Okay. So we didn't have much of a choice.
Apparently, I haven't seen a lot of things. But... Oh no, we definitely needed to kill them, or they were gonna kidnap us and turn us into one. I mean, unless you want to become a scary thorn-like creature, which
Yes,
I guess
I'm good.
That's your prerogative.
Are these common here? Like, are they well known in the Feywild?
Not common, I guess. They're kind of like spooky stories that you tell your kids at night to make sure that they don't go out unattended. But they've been growing in numbers recently due to all the earthquakes and the people
Has been happening here as well.
I mean, yeah, you guys don't.
We don't live in the Feywild.
Right. Well, okay. So, crash course on the Feywild. Long ago, when ancient primordials were first creating the physical world, the gods took astral essence and mixed it with magic to populate all the realms. But slowly, after a while, this was just the prime material plane at first. But some places were really vibrant and loud and attracting lots of attention, and other places were dark and shadowy, too dark and shadowy for the people populating to comprehend. And same with the vibrancy. It was mania versus depression, and it was really messing with the populace's heads. So they flung the energies out, the good and the bad, and well, the extreme turned into the Feywild, and the darkness turned into the Shadowfell. So the Feywild's kind of like an echo of the prime material plane, and same with the Shadowfell, and vice versa. So anything that happens here, anything that appears here, it's usually echoed in some way in the Feywild. So I assume that you guys have been having some kind of natural catastrophes. We've been experiencing lots of floods and
that's sort of what I was referring to. In the prime material plane, there was an earthquake while we were underground, and when we came to the surface, a lake had appeared where there was not one before.
I haven't heard of any sort of lake forming, but you dealt with floods. Maybe that was something.
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering if what happened bringing Valashi here has also been happening, bringing parts of the Feywild to prime material plane. I don't know.
So if that means if the prime material plane and the Feywild are colliding, does that mean the Shadowfell thing is
Maybe
here as well?
Have you ever been there?
No, never to. That's literally a nightmare place. Oh God. Wait, so you said that this is Valashi.
Apparently,
Was Valashi. I don't know what it is now.
That
But
means
Should we check on the
is-
people?
is
Yeah, and-
Enzo here?
We weren't with him. He would have been at the guild hall. Which should we check on first, the Valashi or the guild hall?
maybe the guild hall, because what if the rest of the guild is there? We can talk. We can figure something out.
Okay,
Let's get back.
give me a second. Can I send Oscar up into the sky and get like a bird's eye view of where we are?
Yep. Okay. So going up, you look as though you're about halfway between the guild hall and the original spot. Make a perception check for Oscar.
That is there. 15?
15. You notice that some of the people now are beginning to stir, that were a large conglomeration of them in the center of the town hall. You see some of the people on the stage. Some of them are not moving. Others
So
are
like
moving around.
is it still a bird's eye view of Valashi? It's just weird.
It's just weird. You see that there are now, it almost looks as though the buildings themselves are made up out of the canopies of trees and things are jutting out. It looks as though like kind of after a natural disaster and humans are forced to leave for many, like hundreds of years, and you come back and you see that everything is overgrown and trees are growing out of everything and taking up everything. It looks like that. You see buildings themselves are actually collapsed in, and some things are crumbling under. You see some trees jutting out to the sides, and in every which way, nature just growing anywhere that it possibly can.
Okay, I'm gonna vamp back out. Okay, so to me it looks like we're still where we were, but somehow the two planes have meshed, or part of it's come here, but everything's still where it was. Like the guild's still over there, and we should go, see what's
I
happening.
think so too, yeah. Let's head there.
I actually will note you did not see the guild. You just know that you are halfway between where the guild hall is and where the main stages.
Would I be like, if Oscar was up there, would I have seen it?
You did not see it.
Shit. Okay, scratch that. I can't see the guild.
Should we check if it's there?
I will say, yeah, I'll give this to you because you guys may have forgotten. There is a barrier surrounding it which protects, from seeing it from if you're on this side of the barrier. Once you pass through, sometimes,
Let's go to where it is.
I take what you go.
Yeah.
We have to check on our giraffes.
Oh my god.
And like all the people there.
Well, firstly the giraffes. Okay, yeah, let's go up.
Okay. So you all make your way. Carly kind of still wandering around, slightly in bewilderment, but seems determined and focused at you. Because you said that Anslo is probably at the guild hall, so she's anxious to see her cousin. As you all,
as far away from her as she can get.
Okay.
Oh
yeah, you guys did not get off on the best of terms. So as you all make your way and snake up, you pass through where the barrier was, but usually there's a small sort of sensation with the magic that comes, but you don't feel that magic there. And as you make your way up the cliff, you see where the guild hall was, there is nothing currently.
Fuck.
Okay, let me try something. And then I'm going to cast Sending on Anslo.
Okay, what do you say?
I'm going to say, hi, what is going on? The guild isn't here. The grass is pink. Your cousin's here. What the fuck?
You hear a groan as just, what? Who is this? The guild, my cousin. What? Where are you? We're doing security detail. What was, and it fades off.
I think some of them may have been at the event. Maybe we should go back.
Okay. You said he was on security detail, so was that security detail for the event or for the guild? I don't remember seeing him at the event.
There were a lot of people in masks. We don't know who was at the event. We weren't looking for them, so
I will say at this point, you all see as you all are having this conversation, as you make it up to the top, you see Trude sitting there with some of the kitchen staff, kind of petting the giraffes, and you hear saying, "No, it's okay. I don't know what's. Hello, hi. Goodness, you're safe. That's good. We don't know what happened. We just woke up on the ground and everything was gone. Is Nali, is she all right? We can't seem to.
Where was she when this happened?
She was down at a bunch of the guild members were called for doing security down. They were told that maybe some people would. My pots and pans are all gone.
Well, we'll try to get Nali back at the very least. Your pots and pans may have to wait.
I was gonna go up and do some.
Thank you, dear. It's just, oh gosh,
Were they called to do security down at the festival?
Yes, they were told that there was some threats that they were worried about, and that's where most of them were. And then I don't know. And then we just woke up. Were you down there?
So Yes, we were down there, and I don't want to alarm you, but you're in the Feywild.
We don't.
Welcome.
What's going on? The Feywild might be here.
Yeah, it's possible that the Feywild is in the Primaterial plane. We're not sure. Something fucking is going on though.
Either way, the grass is pink,
Yeah.
and there's vines everywhere.
I did notice that. I didn't know if it was another one of those
same.
pranks or.
What are you trying to say, Nora?
We'll figure this out. Maybe she should stay put. There's
Yeah, I think.
things down there.
Yeah, I think you should stay put.
Okay.
Keep an eye out because this is a dangerous place now. Guard yourself as best you can if you have any weapons. Do you have any weapons?
I got and she pulls out a butchering knife. She's like, "Hey,
Is Rose
I have
and the
this."
Drafts the only ones there, or are there more people?
There's also the rest of the kitchen staff. They're kind of huddled together. You actually also see the what appear to be, just the kitchen staff.
I'll say to all of them, like, if you have knives or pots or whatever, keep an eye out and kill anything that tries to kill you, I think. We'll try and fetch the others and bring them back here.
Please do. Ollie, to get the house back up. I don't know if her spells are good for it, but that would be much appreciated.
Yeah. Bring it back if we can.
Oh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Should I ride ahead just a little bit and sort of scout?
Do you want?
Okay. Nora, I don't have a message, so you may need to check in with me so that I can tell you it's...
You don't.
No. You have to message me first, then I can respond. What?
I thought you had it.
No! I pressed the invitation.
Okay, yep, good to know.
Alright. So Ryan's gonna get on Moroth and quickly get on to Flashy and just sort of stealthily see what's happening down there.
Okay. As you do that, we are going to take a quick break. We'll probably be back in like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds
We
about
get
right.
a lot of it. But we'll be right back.
Hi, guys. We're back.
Are welcome back, everyone. So, last we left off, the gang was in some weird old stuff happening. Just escaped
That's
some
it.
mean locks.
That's one way to
and went
say
up-
it.
Yeah. So just after going up to the guild hall and discovering Gertrude, having a brief conversation, and casting sending to Anslow, realizing that most of the guild is actually down where they originally started in the crowd somewhere. So Ren got on Maroth, his demon stag, and is now traipsing through the city of Valashi to get back to the. So we'll start there. Are the rest of you following, or are you just? You said you were scouting ahead. Are you?
I would go like, I don't know, like 30 feet ahead or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you
we'll
slowing
follow.
down enough for them to follow behind?
I'm just going because the plan was for me to relay information back to Nora.
Okay. Maroth has a 50-foot travel distance, so very quickly you get very much ahead of the party, who believe the rest of you have 30 feet of traveling distance. So pretty quickly, almost double the speed. You get ahead. Make a perception check to see if you can spot any of them.
This is in the city, not the forest.
Yes, this is.
Perception?
Yes.
17.
17. Looking around, given Tam's relaying of the message of security detail near the stage, you begin to search around the stage, and Maroth is being very careful at this point because there is shattered glass everywhere. You see families, dwarven, lots of human, lots of elvish, gnomish, halflings, all kind of families and groups and friends kind of banding together, gathering each other up. If there are people still asleep, waking them up, kind of finding their groups. You see a small child run crying towards his mother, and just she's holding him there. And you hear people calling out, and going around near the stage, you see what appears to be the twins. You see Nali and Loris, who are already standing, kind of helping up what looks to be a very like haggard looking Abington as he's slowly standing up. He kind of stumbles for a second, and they catch him and help him stand back up. The rest of the guild party kind of gathering around there at the same time.
Okay. I'm still wearing the mask. Heads up.
Okay.
Sorry, with my 17.
You also notice that many of the council members that are the leaders of the people of the city here are not moving on stage. They are motionless, with their covered, kind of their hoods obscure their faces as they're crumpled. But you do see the magistrate, who appears to be in a very tight embrace with her husband, who you all recall is Sprocket.
Okay. I'll dismount and try to like subtly go up to where Nolly and Loris and Abington are.
Okay. As you go up with your high perception, you kind of hear like, "I'm all right, I'm all." So they notice you, and Nali kind of ushers you over and goes, "What are you doing here? You're supposed to say, what did they see you?"
Well, I got this lovely mask on, relatively hidden. The guild is gone. Just a heads up.
Yes, that would be me. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
I don't. I don't know. I need to recast it.
So, slightly more important than that, perhaps, is the fact that I think we're either in the Feywild or the Feywild is in Vlashi.
Yes, so it would appear.
We just fought some meanlocks. I don't know how you say it, but we just fought some.
At this point, Loris actually kind of steps forward and he goes, Meanlocks, you said. Meanlocks.
Like 4 of them.
That means they're more nearby. There have to be. If there's 4 traveling in a pack, they must be close. We need to get all the people out of here, especially the young ones, the small children. No one can be left unattended. We need to round everyone up, get them in their homes. If we can get them in homes, how many people can the mansion in? She goes, maybe 100 or so. I don't think that we can get to all these people. And goes, well, we have to try something.
Well, the others are coming. If we're allowed to help, we can help. But how hidden should we stay? I mean, this, I feel like, is a special set of circumstances when it comes to our house arrest.
Loris kind of looks up and goes, under any other circumstance, I would say be hidden, but the masks will have to do. We need as many people as we can. We just need to get these people out of here. If you see anything, if you hear anything, if you see them, we need to run for cover. We need to get. They're stronger in a pack. Usually one-on-one, they'll just pick off the smallest, but in pack mentality is dangerous with them.
Did you see the people who cast this spell? The figure that was on stage?
His eyes kind of go dark for a second. He goes, "We saw him."
Do you know who that is?
Fuck. No, we don't. We were told that. We don't know exactly who it was. We were told that some people would be trying to uproot things, try something. We thought that it would just be able to, but everything happened so fast. We didn't expect this or of this caliber.
No, just send the message to Ren at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just gonna unwind the possible ring on her and be like, is everything okay? Did you find anyone?
I found several of the guilds. They want you all to come back and help round people up and bring them back to the guild. Keep your masks on, though, and try to be subtle.
Okay, Ren found everyone down at the city hall, but keep masks on and gonna help out, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Carly means he found Anslo, so we'll take you to him, okay?
Please.
Okay, I'll say to... I didn't actually find the answer. I'll say to Nali.
Actually, yes. With a quick glance around, you see that you see Ollie and Anslo actually. Anslo's like kind of carefully like Ollie has some dirt and kind of clumped pink mess in his hair, and he's like carefully knocking it out. And Ollie looks a bit shaken actually, and so he's just kind of like there, kind of checking on him, like looking him in the eye, like making sure that he's okay. And actually, you can read lips, so you just hear like, "Look, are you sure you're okay?" And he goes, "Anslo, I'm really okay."
I love him so much.
And they're just kind of, he's kind of like, you're, and you see Anslo actually is wearing like a small cloak, and he kind of like takes it and puts it over him, and he's just like, here, just take it. I'd feel better if you did. And he goes, I'm really fine. But he's accepting it and like he's putting it on. He's like, I'm really fine. I'm okay. And there.
Okay. I'll take Nolly and I guess Loris aside and just be like, we can probably talk more about this later. But do you recall what I said about the lake appearing?
Well, yes, actually, that would make more sense with this. Loris, and he goes, the Feywild is an echo. If that's something that's been happening, is clearly there must be, maybe that has something to do with it. Look, we can talk about this later, but right now we really need to get these people out of here, especially if they're not close by.
All right. So I guess Ren will find some families and get them over to the guilds. I don't know.
At this point, Nali walks up on stage. Kind of the magistrate and Sprocket are kind of just they're lost in their own little world as well, kind of paired together. And she takes a moment and attention, everyone, attention. Yes, hi. I know that we're all very scared right now, but the most important thing is that we get inside, remain with people. If you came here alone, make friends with the people around you. Everyone, please, we need to get out of here. We don't know if there's anything scary or things happening, but right now, if we can make a calm and orderly fashion into any building that you can, please, it is of the essence.
Can I cast? Sorry, go for it.
Go for it.
Okay.
No.
I was gonna say, can I cast Primeval Awareness and just search for a Rakshasa?
Okay.
Yes. I'm just gonna make sure something really fun.
Is Primeval Awareness, do you know exactly where they are?
Primeval Awareness just lets you know if they're within
a mile, I think it is.
It's
or is it 5?
It's 1 mile if you're not in your favorite terrain. So within 1 mile.
So you do feel that there is a Rakshasa within 1 mile of this.
Can I head toward where we met? Oh my god, I've forgotten her name. It's in a different notebook. You know who I'm talking about. The little sister. What's her name?
Harundi.
Right, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and find Harundi.
Okay. Make an investigation check. At this point, I will say the rest of you get there and hear Nali's proclamation, and she kind of spots you, and she goes, "Can you help?" Oh, and she kind of takes one of the amulets for a second. What are the amulets made of? Are those?
They're green.
Absolutely no.
Oh my god, they're green.
They're green.
No, they're not. Okay, cool. Yes. So she takes the amulet and kind of holds it up, and you all hear it like slight echoing from it. And she goes, "Would you all mind, please, just making sure that keeping an eye out if you see any lock, anything, if you hear anything, please let us know immediately. We need to get all these people evacuated now."
Okay.
You see as the rest of the guild are kind of.
Augie's just gonna keep an eye out for any kids he sees that doesn't have parents, and sort of try and guide them to different buildings.
You actually see a small halfling, like little boy, about maybe 4 years old, kind of starts to cry, looking around.
Hi, hey there. Well, I'm Augie. What's your name?
Colin.
Hi, nice to meet you. Did you come here with your parents?
I came here with my mom, but I can't find her, and now I'm just lost, and I don't know what to do. And I'm.
Oh, it's okay. Hey, so what we're going to do is we're going to get you inside a building where a bunch of other people are going to be.
Okay.
And hopefully your mom will be. She's definitely in this area. She'll definitely be in a building close by.
You know, she is. Her name is Mulan, and
it's okay. Hey, Augie's gonna like take him in a hug.
Okay. He's stiff. You're a stranger.
Augie doesn't care. He's like, it's okay. So what I need you to do is so do you see the other kids around who are also really little?
They're a couple, and they're kind of stationary and kind of looking around, but he seems to be very small, maybe about barely 2 feet.
Oh.
He's like I'd say closer to like 1.5 feet. Like he's tiny.
Do you want to help me gather everyone into a building and we can look for your mom?
Okay. And he kind of reaches up and like grabs your hand by like he like is just holding it on by one finger.
All right. And then I'll just bring him along, gathering people looking for his mom.
Okay. Ren, yes.
I got a 16 on the investigation for Rundi.
Okay. Okay. Because she is, realistically that due to her nature of being a Rakshasa and also of being hidden, that she would be in disguise, which does make the difficulty much harder.
Yeah, I was just gonna like check her flat kind of thing and just like see if she stayed inside.
Okay. Yes. So you go to her flat and you knock on the door.
It's
and
me.
You just hear given your passive perception, you hear just me.
Rundi, it's Ren. I'm just checking to make sure you're all right.
She kind of opens the door and subtly peeks through her human disguise.
Okay. There's a lot happening. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but we're sort of in the Feywild, or the Feywild is in Valashi.
I haven't.
Okay. Well,
there was a tree that came through, and
that's part of it. Maybe just stay here and just be on your guard. If you have any defensive magic, maybe use it now. Is Gilfin here?
yeah. And you see. I'm so sorry in advance, TT. Oh my god. You see as a goblin doesn't even look phased. Actually, kind of saunters over and goes, "Oh, hey, Ren."
Hi, I was just letting Hurundi know, and I'll let you know as well. There's something fucked happening. It seems like the prime material
Really?
plane is merging with the Feywild.
Really? Wow. Hadn't noticed at all.
Yeah.
That's
I just wanted
crazy.
to let you know that there are creatures out. It's fucking good.
It's like
That is
TT's right
precisely
here.
what it would be. Yes. Anyway, I just wanted to let you and Harundi know that there are beasts of prowl, and you should have your defenses up. All right.
Well, we had our defenses up anyways, seeing as we're a goblin and a Rakshasa in the middle of a city that doesn't like goblins or Rakshasas. But, thanks for the advice. Thanks.
All right. Well, it seems like you have things handled. Just be careful, both of you.
And you see as Gilf kind of gets serious for a moment and goes, yeah, we'll be careful.
Right.
She watches out for me. I watch out for her. We're good.
All right. Be safe.
Hey, by the way, if you see Val, make sure that she's safe, and if she needs anything, I'm gonna be here for the next little bit. And you kind of see Harundi, even though she's scared, kind of like bumps into Gilford and goes, "What now?" And he goes, "Right. Sorry. But if you see her, just tell her I say hi."
Sure.
Thanks.
Be safe. I've got to go.
Oh, and by the and Harundi just shuts the door.
Cool.
I'm so sorry, TT.
That was really good.
That was
You had
amazing.
stats, like perfect.
So good.
Meanwhile, can Nora have a look for Anslow?
Yes. Actually, yeah, as you guys enter, you see kind of behind, coming around the stage, Ollie and Anslo are together. Ollie seems really shaken, and Anslo doesn't seem very like he wants to leave him very much like alone. Ollie looks really shaken right now, and they kind of walk. And yeah, you notice him. He's helping usher some families There seems to be two dwarven men that are just like in their couple is starting to gather other people up and saying like, you can come to our house, like you can sorry, it would be in Scottish, so like, you can come to our house, like it'll be, we've got lots of room, it's fine, we've got tea, he makes good tea, like, and they're kind of just talking and they're all moving together.
I'm gonna jog over and be like, hey, are you guys okay?
Hey, yeah, we're fine. And Ollie goes, yeah, we're fine. And Enzo goes, we're good. We're are you guys okay? I mean, not that you wouldn't be okay because you're really strong and stuff. I just you good?
Nora's arm is just like bleeding, and she's like, yeah, no problem.
Oh, that's sorry, I don't know. I need, I have a potion thing.
Anzo,
Bad. Yeah.
There's probably someone you want to see. I'm gonna like take him by the wrist and like guide him over.
He kind of follows you over and kind of just is she where is she? And kind of they spot each other. There's a moment and you hear Anslo kind of his breath catches for a second, and then you feel his wrist be tugged from out of yours as he's just rushing forward, and you see just an embrace, an absolute embrace of just these two that kind of collide actually, and both fall down onto the ground, kind of just holding each other and be like, but how? And he's like, I don't know, but I'm just like, you're so grown up. And he goes, look at your hair. And he goes, no, I did it myself. He goes, no, it's good. It looks good. Gosh, I missed you. Mom and Dad would. And she was like, I know. I miss them. Look good though. Wow. You've been feeding yourself, I see. And he goes, oh, don't start. I've been working out too. And she goes, working out with what muscles? And he goes, they're there. And they're kind of immediately go back. It looks almost like they're brother and sister, not even like they're cousins. They're very close. You gather.
Can I insight check Ollie and see what's up with him?
Go for it.
That's 15.
He looks distant. He's kind of gingerly kind of holding the cloak, kind of running it back and forth in his hands. Notice that he's just a little, he looks shaken. Actually, you do notice with the 15, he does seem to be kind of, his head has a little bit of a welt right here in the back. Yeah, he looks distant. Like, it doesn't take much to tell that he's clearly not okay right now.
Hey, kid. You okay?
I'm fine.
Did you get hurt?
It's nothing I can't heal from.
Okay. I'm gonna go help.
I'm gonna
go help. Yeah.
And you both walk off in different directions.
All right, I guess, yeah, we just follow Nolly's instructions and get as many people inside and safe as we can.
Everyone except for Ren, because you are currently off with Harundi at this point. Everyone make perception checks for me, please, as you scan the outskirts and the city for Enoch. Got a natural 20, Dan?
Yeah.
Yay!
I got a natural 20.
Ooh, okay, so 2 natural 20s.
A 12. That's a 9.
12. And what did Tam get?
9.
9. All right. So with that, Looking around carefully, you don't see anything for the first 5 minutes or so. As people start to get gathered inside, Nora and Augie, you begin to hear.
Oh no.
As you look around, and from the outskirts, you begin to see little things begin to creep from the shadows. See 10, 20, 40. You see about 57 of these Meanlock begin to emerge from the city in what looks to be like a horde, drawn by, almost seemingly drawn by the fear that these people are holding in their hearts, and kind of, but just Nora and Augie notice this.
I'm just gonna look around, see if anybody else realizes it.
Smack Holly and be like,
Am I still with the kid?
Fuck.
Am I still with the kid?
Yes.
I'm gonna go get the kid in the building immediately.
Okay.
Just like
You
straight,
rush
like,
into the building. Yeah.
I'm just on my own in the street. Like, what? Is there anyone from the guild nearby me?
Ollie is nearby.
Does he look like he's noticed?
Oh, well, you tapped him and pointed it out to him.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Does
Get
Can
them.
I- near each
Val
other?
and Tams, notice that everyone's running away?
Are we near each other at all?
Yeah.
I would say that you guys are within earshot, but probably about 60 feet away from each other.
Probably not.
So we're just
Yeah.
We're just like
helping people into houses, but completely unaware of them.
Guys, there's a big thing we should maybe worry about.
Oh shit. Okay,
You begin to hear, actually, at this point, as she points them out, all of you begin to hear a soft rumbling, not only in the ground, but also in your mind, this psionic rumbling that begins at the base of your skull and begins to slowly creep up. At this point, Ollie is going to take some sulfur and he casts a wall of fire across
Yes,
at
Ollie.
that point. So you guys have temporary. I'm gonna roll for that, actually. You guys have temporary release, but you have about, I'd say, 30 seconds.
Are we trying to get
Or
them
a
up
minute.
to the guild?
I'd say actually probably a minute.
What? Was that our own
It's just
instructions?
in buildings.
In buildings, okay. I push, I just got, try and guide everyone into a building.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm just shoving people into buildings.
Does
I'm
Ren get
in
a
the
sense
building.
of something happening?
What?
Does Ren get a sense that something's
I
happening?
would say about this time is when you would be rejoining the people. So with your past perception, you see this and start shoving people in. Can everyone let's make this a dex check, because you are kind of you're shoving through people, kind of using skills.
I was gonna hop on Maroth and scoop up children.
Okay.
Scoop the children.
Yeah.
I got a natural one.
No. And you're with the kid.
I'm with the kid, but then +2, it's a 3.
Okay, still a natural one.
I got 17.
17.
Hold
I got
on.
a 19.
23.
Okay. So everyone's doing pretty good. So you managed to start shoving people in. They are kind of getting crowded and bombarded into particular buildings. But you're not really paying attention because you're trying to get them before the Meanlock appear. Augie, actually, the kid that you're with sees the Meanlock, and then at the same time that you do, and then sees the wall of fire, and just
I'm gonna pick him up. And I'm just gonna run into a building.
Okay. You run into a building and the door slams. Are the rest of you running into buildings or are you staying out?
Ren was gonna just keep like sprinting with Maroth up and down the streets, making sure that everyone is inside.
I'm gonna.
So last person inside, kind of thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
With every, you're gonna look
What,
for-
Nora?
Okay. Make a perception check.
12.
12. It's kind of hard to miss, but you just see zooming back and forth as Maroth is clamoring around kind of. I will say most of you rolled, with the exception of the natural one. Most of you guys got above a 50, like a 17, I think was the lowest, which is pretty good. So,
So I rolled the people
and there's still a couple stragglers.
Okay.
What?
No, I was just, you broke
Yeah.
up. I was just asking if people are inside now.
Let's see. The wall of fire does really well. Actually, it manages to take out what looks to be a good like 23 or so of these. Doing a lot of rolls tonight, you guys. And it takes about 23, exactly 23, as the wall begins to die down, and you see as the Meanlock, you kind of see one tentatively take a step near the wall of fire, and then take another step.
How many are left? So like 30?
57 minus 23, so there's like 34 left.
Fuck. I'm gonna turn to whoever's closest and be like, we need to. Are we staying or are we going?
It's a small like human woman actually just let's come here, Billy, and kind of like shoves him in.
Thank you.
And
We've just got
this
everyone
point-
into houses. We don't want to ditch.
Yeah, I'm not moving. I'm gonna stay with the people that I am inside this building.
Ren, as you move in through, you see one of the last couple enter into a house, as you see what's almost like this swarm of thorn and bark scaled kind of monsters, just in the clicking is just as it's they're almost falling over and on top of each other, spilling over one another as this horde begins to make its way into the city. Pretty soon, if you don't get in soon, is gonna
Okay.
hit you.
I ran over to Ren, by the way.
Okay, so you, Maroth, and Nora are pretty much the only people currently out in the city with this huge swarm. It's gonna get you in 30 seconds. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside. I'm just trying to remember what languages I speak.
Elven, Sylvan, Common, and I think one more.
Yeah, I can't find where in D&D Beyond that is. I speak
Common,
some
Elvish, Celestial, Draconic, and Sylvan.
I think we
It's gonna
switched
be-
Draconic though.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what it was. It was for my favorite enemy, which is now
Yes, which is aberrations. So I think maybe
it's monstrosities now. Yeah, I think it's abyssal. I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna try Elvish. I'm just gonna fucking shout with my bow in the air and my stag mask, and I'm on a demon stag, and just be like, "Leave this city alone." I don't know.
make an intimidation check with disadvantage
Yeah.
because you are one person facing
4.
34. They
Killing it.
well, they don't even seem to hear you. They seem to be the corruption of their body and their physical soul has deteriorated so much that it seems like they don't even register anything other than just to take and convert.
Rad.
What are you doing?
Great.
I'm so mad at help. Okay, yeah. I'll pull Nora onto Maroth.
10 seconds.
Book it. We're booking it.
10 seconds. Okay.
We're
Yeah.
booking it instead.
Okay. Where are you going?
Wherever's nearest.
Okay.
That it has walls.
You spot a one. Wait, actually, 1 second. Let me roll for this. Oh, okay. You actually spot an open house that looks kind of crowded, but it looks like they're about to shut the door. Quickly, you said, like, hold that door, hold the door. And as you go and in and Moreau ducks down, kind of you lean back fully, scraping almost like your chest as you enter through. Nora quickly huffing
I
behind
pulled
the
Nora
door.
onto Maroth. So
Okay. Then both
I
of you.
up, though, 'cause-
No, but
yeah,
both,
Nora's just fine.
both of you leaning back, barely make it through the door, and right as you hear the just completely conglomerate, just go through, almost like a flood of that. You all take a beat, breathe out.
Can we hear anything? Is it still like outside?
There's a lot of clicking outside. All of you are silent. I need actually all of you to roll stealth checks, please.
Gosh, fucking roll.
21.
Unnatural
Oh, it's
20.
with disadvantage. You know what? Never mind.
Well, I would say that you're saying, yeah, you get disadvantage, yep.
So that's gonna be an 8.
Okay.
13 for me.
19.
Okay. Can't hear you, Peach.
20 unnatural.
Thank you. And then what did you get, Tam?
Oh, sorry, 20 unnatural as well.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So you all listen quietly as you hear the Augie, the house you're staying in, one of the kid starts, hey, we're it's okay. Look, I got my shield here. I got a sword. So,
And sword and shield. Blocking people.
and you hear it kind of stop for a second. Just a subtle open the door.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
is a claw.
I'm going to, with my body, go against the door, not letting any weight. Like if anything bumps against it, I'm push my body against the door.
Roll another stealth check for me, please.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That is a 6.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, with disadvantage. Yep, still a 6. Still a 6.
You hear the claw escaping. As
My
open.
body.
Roll your first 2 attacks.
Attacks?
Oh, I thought are you not attacking?
Oh, I mean, I'm against the door, like with any weight. Like my body is against the door.
Okay, roll a strength check.
Aren't you in the house with that's full of children?
Yes, I am.
Do any of the rest of us happen to hear?
Eagles out the window?
Yeah, if you want to, I would say actually no, because you all are in your own house
Hiding.
being quiet and you're actively focused on stealthing. That was no, it has a -2 strength. But you rolled a 6. It got a 7. So it
God!
bursts through the
Okay.
door and now
Attacking. I'm attacking with divine smite.
roll initiative first.
Okay, that's a 2.
Okay, so it's gonna go first.
It's gonna.
Cool.
It's going to claw attack you
Cool.
with an with a 12. So
Mm-mm.
bursts in and it just I keep choking myself accidentally. Okay, so and it just swings wildly. So now it's your turn. I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god. Think of the children.
Okay. I got a 13.
13 succeeds. You're good. Okay, so roll your 2 attacks.
Okay. Okay. 3, 10, 13
13 to hit.
with one of the attacks. Yeah.
Okay, what's the other one?
14.
Both of them. Oh, 14 just misses. Both of them swing wild.
Wow.
It's
I'm
going
out of
to-
spell slots.
It's gonna attack again
Fuck.
with. Oh my god! With an 8, it just it turns and sees one of the children and just
Nope.
And
I
begins.
I'm
Okay.
shielding the child. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that's its turn because it just feels that, and it begins. You feel the siphoning and the fear begin, and the children all start crying for sure.
Oh no.
Same.
Okay, I'm gonna 2 attacks. That's better. That's going to be 21 to hit for the first one. The other one is going to be 14.
14 misses. So the 21 hits.
That's okay. Cool. So that's going to be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Nice. Okay. So that's okay. It's gonna be its turn. It's gonna use its claw, and that's 18 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay. So it's going to use its claw attack. That's 3 plus 6. That's
You I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
sorry. That's and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I couldn't hear how much damage again. Like it keeps
11.
like just
Sorry.
11. Okay, that's fine. Constitution saving throw. Okay, that's going to be a 16.
Yeah, you're fine.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's its turn.
2 attacks.
Yes.
First attack is going to be a 19.
That hits.
Second one is going to be a 17.
Yes, both hit.
Awesome. First one is going to be 11 points of damage.
Okay.
The other one is that was cocked. The other one is going to be 12 points of damage.
Okay. You go and feel it. You hear the children crying, and in your head, it rings out, and it rings above the whispering and the fear, and you swallow your fear, and you slice it. It doesn't even have a chance to go, and as it's going to attack one of the kids, it just and dies.
Awesome. I'm going to take out one of the candies, one of Gertrude's candies, give it to one of the kids and be like, "You were so brave."
Oh.
It's candy. Come here, do it. No? All right. Is the door
And he's
blown
just gonna.
clean off?
He just goes and hugs you.
I, of course, accept the hug. Is the door blown clean off?
Not blown clean off, but it's open. It's blown
Okay.
open.
I'm gonna get the dude, push him out, and push the corpse of the spider out, and
Not
shut
a
the door.
spider, but okay.
The mean lock.
I
The
got
mean lock.
I got you. Okay, so the rest of you roll high enough stealth. So you wait for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes as the mean lock are slowly patrolling the streets, almost looking for anything to pick off. You hear some subtle screams in the background in the distance, but eventually all noise subsides and you are just left basking in the silence, kind of for the first moment getting a free moment of rest and contemplation.
Could this be counted as a short rest?
Shh. I will say because you are stealthing and like you're focusing your energy and you're super tense because it's like yeah,
Not very relaxing.
this would not be a restful time.
Valid. Okay. Yeah, I mean, after like Tam can't hear anything for like 10 minutes, she's gonna poke her head out. Like, not even any sound of any clicks or cries.
Yeah. You see kind of devastated vines and twisting in all directions, and you see the ivy, but you don't see any movement other than subtle breeze blowing the leaves that are the newly formed leaves back and forth.
I'm gonna start knocking on doors and letting people know it's safe to come out.
Okay.
Hopefully find the rest of them on the way.
Yeah, Ren will stick his head out, start doing the same.
Yeah. When Val hears the knock, she'll like slowly.
As the world and kind of the populace here begin to flood out of the streets, kind of facing over, you guys look up for a moment and see this new strange world that you're living in, and realizing that this is something that none of you even expected. And even though it's filled with danger, you see the moon for a second and you realize that it's also kind of hauntingly beautiful in a way, the way that this natural world and the nature has grown over. And confusion and fear, but also new beginning kind of reaches you. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh my god!
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. So glad no kids died. Thank you so much.
Oh my god, the guilt that any of them would have felt if any of the kids died, I think. Oh boy.
Well, as far as you know, there were some screams that you don't know.
What? Hate?
Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
All right.
We will try and create a schedule and let you guys know ahead of time when we